like how like what I'm looking for like I don't know like kill confirms I guess
Okay.
is the way to put it.
So do you feel like you struggle to kill often then?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I don't know where like I'm supposed to take them with my combo to like actually get a hit that kills. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Is that versus any characters in specific or just in general?
I kind of get it a bit more versus Marth because I've been practicing a lot.
Hmm.
Spaces are obviously like somewhat easier. I think Falcon surprisingly, just
Yeah.
because like of how heavy he is, I just like I'd end up like bearing him off stage and he goes like up left and like that's where like it ends if that makes sense.
Hmm. Yeah. So I think that can be a couple things. Obviously, I haven't really seen you play much, but
Mm.
one part of it could be you're just comboing wrong in the first place. For example, you choose the wrong move to follow up with, and then
Yeah, yeah,
you don't get as good a setup into a down air kill or something. But then it could also be, especially because you mentioned Falcon, it could also be your edge guarding isn't as good as it needs to be or should be.
Okay, yeah.
Because like you could
Oh,
end up
100%.
because like you could end up getting like 100% combo on Falcon, right? But then because he's so heavy, you just have to edge guard him anyway.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then if you're really bad at that part, or against Sheik is another big one, then it takes way longer to kill them than like it should be doing in the matchup, really.
yeah.
Um, so that's just two off of my head that might be what's happening there. Um, but yeah, if you just send me the Slippy over in a DM.
I think I have one that's versus Peach.
Okay, yeah,
Uh, sorry, I just got to find which one it is.
yeah, no problem.
Uh, do you know where the Slippy files are? I can't remember. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I said.
I think they changed recently, but it's usually in your FM Slippy. Like I have mine in downloads. Um,
Okay. Game files. Oh, nightmare.
do you have the Slippy launcher app?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
have
if
it
you
open on the
go
Slippy
onto
launcher.
that, and then there should be one called configure settings, and it'll say replay root directory,
Ah, okay, cool.
and that should tell you where it
Oh, well, that's in such a strange place.
is. Yeah.
Oh, the upside down on this as well, aren't they? 2010. Oh, I need to delete these. I have way too many like stacked up.
Yeah.
10. October 10th. This is the one. Copy. I'll just- I assume this is the one. I sent it in Discord.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just check quickly. Oh, the spatter rifle, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually played him a lot, so I should have some pretty good
He
insight.
power shields me so much. It just hurts me, man.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, was it just Punish Game stuff you wanted to talk about today, or were there any other like little things? First
I
Peach or
guess.
versus anyone?
Versus Fox, obviously, like full hop is a struggle. But like, what ways do you like to challenge it? I guess that's a good question.
Mm,
Or
okay,
do you just not challenge it?
it's very like context specific. So like, is he taking the laser and then full hopping? Is he shielding the laser and then full hopping?
Hmm.
Is he dashing forward into a full hop, or is he like
Oh,
doing it
okay.
in
Because you think about
place?
like momentum and everything.
Yeah, and they all cover like different spacings and take different amounts of time. So it varies a lot, like what you should be doing to deal with it. If I could give some generic answers, then I'd say try and shoot a laser that hits them falling from the full hop, and then
Yeah.
that forces them to either double jump or land and take the laser.
Do you
Waiting.
find?
Oh no, go on.
I was just gonna say, do you find like when you if they double jump, do they often use moves or not?
Uh, yeah, but like they double jump and then they're kind of on like predictable trajectory after that, right? Because they
Oh,
can't
okay.
like they don't have any more mix-ups after that. They can only land in certain ways. And then the other thing, one of the other things you can do is like wait for them to land and then try and read what they'll do like after they land. So example, a lot of foxes like they'll land from a full hop and then they'll turn around up tilt, right? I think that's a
Okay.
pretty
Yeah.
common one. So then to beat that, you would just do something like you dash dance and then like
Yeah.
down air
And
with
then
punish. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But then there's like a big mix-up tree there because they could dash back and then you could laser them, but then up tilt beats you again, and it gets very complicated. But that's another way to approach it. You can also just try and beat him out from his full hop as well. So like bear and up tilt can out prioritize him sometimes.
Okay.
Um,
I find like sometimes like a lot of the time it's just not worth like the risk trading because I just die.
Yeah, yeah. So another part of it, just talking about the context, is like if you're 100 and he's at 0, it's probably not worth to throw out a
Yeah.
hitbox. But if
Yeah.
it's the other way around, he tries to nair you and you up tilt, you get sent like nowhere, and he gets sent really high up for a combo. So it's worth.
Mm.
So yeah, I think there is a lesson I did. So all the lessons are available on Patreon, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if you look for Fox lessons on there, there should be one where we talk a lot about dealing with full hop. I can't remember who it was with, but it'll probably be easier to just watch that lesson rather than like me
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
reiterate. Um, yeah, okay. We can just watch this for a bit, then point out some of the punish game stuff. I think, and that'll
Yeah.
be a good start.
I know.
Yeah.
I remember Battle Rifle telling me like I don't use fair enough versus Peach, but I don't really understand why I'm using it to be honest.
Hmm.
Because you're saying it's like you use it for combo extensions.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's really good. It's usually around like 50+% or whatever for like single hit fair. So like
Okay.
for example, you do like a down air, it pops them up, and then you forward air them, and then it like sends them a little bit, and then you get another aerial, right?
Okay, so would you normally follow it with like Nair or?
Yeah, yeah. So you could do like down air, forward air, and then it sends them off stage, and then you down air them, or something like
Okay.
that. Yeah. The other use of it is like a low percent. If you like up throw Peach, and then sometimes you can forward air her and get a lot of hits.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, PP used to do that a lot.
PP, I was gonna say that's a big PP thing. Isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna screen share. Now I have had this really annoying bug where I sometimes cut out and like drop from Discord for a moment when I'm streaming.
Yeah,
So
okay.
apologies if that does happen, but
Yeah, so
it's yeah. Okay, cool.
yeah, a lot of the time, like, yeah, I was gonna say, what do I do about the jabs in particular? The jabs are so annoying.
Yeah, Jab is like one of Peach's best options. I was gonna say if there's anything else you want me to talk about, like other than punishing him, then I'm down.
Yeah,
But,
100%, 100%.
yeah. Funnily enough, I actually have a I can post this on the Patreon. Actually, I've done some like 20xx stuff with this situation of like some different mixes
Okay,
you can do. Easiest way to beat it is just dash back a little bit and then dash in aerial to whiff punish
Okay.
it. There is a bit of a mix up between like whether she does one jab or two jabs or stuff like that.
I assume she could probably get a shield out if she does one.
Yeah, so to make it safer, you can go for like dash back and then dash in late aerial or laser.
Okay.
But then that opens you up to other stuff. So that's like an alright answer. From this range, you could have actually, if I frame, you can see the Discord stream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You did SDI. So one thing you can do if they are close enough is you can just do laser run up grab.
Oh, okay, yeah, but he has to air back, didn't he? So.
Yeah, so it made it a bit trickier, but I don't know if you're aware of this, but you can hold down as you're going for grabs, and then if they jab you, you're just like...
down.
Yeah, exactly. So you can do that here, and they try to jab, and then you hit them anyway. Because you see you try to jab again.
Yeah. Do you just mash grab at that point, or
Yeah, so just anytime I go for a grab, say a shield grab or laser grab, I'm just always like holding down and mashing jump and grab.
Okay.
And that's the best way I see to do it. If they are at like higher percent as well, you can do like backflip and then back air. That can be pretty good here as well.
Yeah.
It's just not that good when they're at 5 because like they can CC smash sometimes.
I think you get a chunky down smash in this.
Yeah. The other one you can go for is you can sometimes dash jump shine as well if they're closer. But again, because he SDI'd here, it made it a little bit awkward.
Yeah. What would you like actually do out of the combo of that? Because I always just see like you kind of follow them like late down air, but then you don't really get anything out of them.
Off of a dash jump shine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd probably get an aerial off of it, so you do like dash shine and then jump and do like a delayed back air or something. Okay. And then that sends them quite high up, and then from there you shark them usually. With like,
do you do shark with up air or back air?
It depends. Like if that's directly above me, I'll up air. If they're like above and to the side of me, I'll back air.
Okay.
But yeah, those floaties you're usually only going to get a shine into one aerial, and then it's a juggle. In general, like unless they either DI really bad or it's a really specific like situation.
Combos.
Yeah. And that gets you like what? Shine does like 8, back air does like 13 or something. So it usually gets them to around like 25 or 30, and then from there, if you get like a down air or something, it's like a really big combo, right?
Yeah.
So it does sometimes feel bad that you can't do much off of low percent, but once you realize that like it unlocks your next combo to be huge, then it's like
not as bad.
Feels right. Yeah. Yeah. So like here, for example, this is a good one. I like the shield up, shine up air, and then you see how high he goes. So now.
Yeah. Sometimes I get caught by that drill quite a lot. To be fair, when I'm trying to shark Peach, is it just a timing thing or?
Yeah. So one thing that's Peach specifically is you really want to look at what she's used. So you see here, he I think he used float and double jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, Discord thing. I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. What I was just saying is, you want to pay attention to like how Peach gets out of hit stun, and like what resources she has. So, for example, here,
he's burnt double jump and float.
Yeah. He. I think he just double jump cancelled down air actually.
Yeah, but, I thought he float cancelled down air.
Yeah. Yes. I think he double jumped because I saw him dip low, and you see when people double jump, they have these rings.
Yeah.
So I think he might have done both.
That's why he floated for a second.
Yeah. Okay. So if he used both of them, that's even worse here, right? But once he's in the down air, he can't float anyway, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you see this, like, he can only come down in, like, this way. Like we were saying, there's Fox, he's only got, like, a couple of options now. Yeah. So what I would go for here would be to probably short hop up air.
Okay.
Just because up air's got a really nice hitbox above Falco, whereas if you try to full hop into Peach, what happens versus the down air a lot of the time is she, like, hits your head, which is what happens here.
Yeah, I think I tried to jump past her and back her.
And back air, yeah. Which, if you were like under her here, can you see my cursor or not?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, if you were like here, then that works fine. But if you're directly beneath her, then you need to up air to like protect your head.
Okay.
Up tilt can also work, but obviously the platform was there. So yeah, that's an important thing. If he's using all his resources out of his turn, he should be getting like punished pretty hard usually.
The thing is, like, a lot of the time I only like get one hit and then, or like I can't explain, but a lot of the time they end up getting the resources back after like a one hit. Like I'll get like an up air at this percent, and then they'll just land on the side plat or the top plat, and
yeah,
then,
but
like,
then
the punish is gonna go.
yeah, it's not like a true punish or whatever. But then they're still in a bad spot, right? Like Peach is above you, at like 40 or whatever. Like if you up air her or shine her again, then you know she's in a bad spot. That's the thing with floaties, is just like Falco is really good at like keeping on pushing them out and upwards, but he's not too good at like true comboing them. Like not many characters are, honestly. But then if he gets the right hit, he can do some like big damage, obviously. Talk about this back air, I think. So this is one of the main downsides to rising back air.
Okay.
So just as a general rule, it's easier to combo off of moves when you hit with them like late, if that makes sense, compared to rising. Just because when you do a rising aerial, like look how long you're stuck in lag for here.
Yeah, I'm just in the air.
Whereas like if this was a late back air, for example, like you'd already be able to like move towards Peach. So in general, like if you want to combo harder off of moves, then getting a late aerial where possible makes it easier. I mean, sometimes you do have to just throw out the early aerial, but then you should be like not expecting to get as big a combo. So for example here, you have to think one step ahead and be like, right, I can't really get a combo here, so I'm just gonna like read what he'll do after.
Yeah.
I think shield's pretty common here, and so like down smash and jabs. So like going for a grab would be pretty good.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, or you could do like a second delayed back air.
I was gonna say I rarely ever get like, weak hit aerial and then actually grab.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people shield because they're expecting the shine. Yeah. Nice angle.
I know.
Yeah, it's hard. Oh. Okay, this is a good situation to look at as well. It's like we were saying before, like once you're under Peach, it's a lot harder for her. So after you get this back air, I would be thinking I want to get like down here ideally, because then I can up air, I can jump shine, I can like full hop back air and land on the top platform. You've got loads of mix-ups from down here.
Okay.
If she tries to come down and hit you, you can do stuff like up tilt or back air.
How would you actually take the space from this position? Would you literally just run there? Or?
Yeah. So let's see the situation again. So you back air him, he lands up here. Like after this AC bear, I would be dash jump and then up airing here.
Oh, okay.
Like dash or up air, and then if he lands, he either gets hit or like has to shield it, and then you're under him. Or he like double jumps or floats, and then he's like lost a resource, right, and you're under him. So then that's still good. If it was a different situation where you didn't have time to get under him, then it is a bit of a mix-up. This is just for all characters generally, between like he can come down and call you out for trying to move in, right? So say you try to dash under him, but then he falls down and nares.
I've always felt like relatively uncomfortable being under someone like under a platform, if that makes sense. Is it a good position to be in general, do you think, or no?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you'll win every time in that situation, but I think it's one of the better positions to win a hit in.
Okay. So I'm just winning it with like jump shine, full hop back air, just like knocking it back out again, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like the main mix-up is like whether let me think of the best way to describe this. So let's say you're under the platform here, right? And he's in shield. You can. His main options are to like try and move away, or he can drop down and try and hit you, right?
Yeah.
Or he can stay in shield, I guess. So for example, you could try and up air him, and then if he tries to move, then he'll get hit, right? Or if he stays in shield, then he takes like shield damage. But he could try and like drop through and hit you before you up air, for example.
Yeah.
But then your answer to that is just to like throw out an up tilt or something, right? Or a back air to hit him like falling down.
So like, is it? I assume it's not reactable. So like,
no, it's a mix up. It's like a read.
So just throwing out up tilts every so often in the side isn't a bad idea.
Basically, if you're under him, if you think he'll fall onto you, you want to up tilt or back air. And if you think he'll move away, then you want to be doing like up air, full hop back air, full hop shine.
Okay.
Is like the easiest way to describe it. But yeah, it can go wrong, but it generally you'll win the situation and it's higher reward for you.
Okay.
Maybe not with these percents. But you see how like the alternative you did here was like trying to full up and down at him, and then you could have maybe got hit.
Yeah.
So it's just quite a safe position, and it gets you like decent damage. Yeah, so these are the full hop ones. So you'll notice when I said full hop back air, I said and land on the top platform.
Yeah.
Because if you do these ones, like he can hit you if he's executing better. So if you are going to go for full hop back air, I would always try it when you're like you have your back turned to them here, and then you full hop up back air and drift this way.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead of like jumping up, like to cross them up. If that makes sense. Damn.
I know. Right? Sometimes you just get them and you're like, yes.
Yeah, take those. Okay, see how you play this low percent.
Badly. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of the big things.
Damn out of upload.
Yeah, so you know about him. Do you know about hitting people out of the air with?
Yeah. It just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, you take 50. Yeah, so a big rule I always have versus like pretty much any character. Low percent, I want to be hitting with late aerials, because then I can get late aerial shine, right? Just shining them raw, like in neutral, say I wave dash into them and shine or something.
Yeah.
Lasers, obviously, build up percent. Grabs are also really good as well. And then just like spaced aerials, so like spaced back air, for example. They're like the only things I'm looking for when they're at low percent. Everything else is just like, say you hit this high down air or whatever, like it doesn't even do enough hit stun to combo into shine.
Yeah.
So it's just like not
like they shield it and then you place a mix up from there.
Yeah. It's like a lot of the time it's just not worth, and you may as well, just look for a late aerial or a grab instead.
Okay.
But yeah, they're my like main go-tos I'm looking for at low percent, and they also have like the biggest reward. Like they'll get me the biggest combo.
How, when you're just like in like raw neutral, how do you like to like set up for late aerial? Because like I find myself generally very threatened by like walls.
Yeah. Okay.
So like I don't really know like how I'm setting up for late aerials.
Okay, so can you walk me through like from your perspective, what are the pros and cons of a late aerial?
Combo's better. Better shield, like better on shield, so you don't get hit by insert.
Like our shield options.
And then like they don't know what you're hitting them with, or they don't know even if you are hitting them, so you can like you can move immediately.
Yeah.
You can like wave land instead of doing late aerial, so on and so forth.
Okay. And then what do you think some of the cons are?
You don't have a hitbox for like the entire jump.
Yeah.
Aside from that, not too much.
Yeah, that's the main one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we said it's good on shield, right? So a pretty big way to get people to shield is lasers, for example. People try to power shield or whatever.
Okay.
So that's one. Also, when you start doing like early aerials as well, people like to shield because they like to try and shield grab it right.
Yeah.
And they also need to try and shield if you go for stuff like shines in neutral, for example, like jump shine.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's mainly off of lasers you're setting up. You're basically getting a laser, and then you're at a distance where like they feel like they can be hit by an aerial or a shine, so then they shield.
Yeah. So I have to be do I have to be threatening earlier? Sorry. I find it. I feel like I have to use early aerials in order to get them to shield in the first place. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's the tricky part of low percent is that they don't have much reason to shield because
Yeah.
they can crouch cancel and stuff. So, in terms of what you said about late aerials, they don't have a hitbox out for that much time. You basically need a way to get them to give you time, if that makes sense. So, like having them in shield is one way, right? Because they're sort of limited and they're stuck in shield.
Yeah.
The other way is by getting them to whiff. So, for example, if Peach whiffs a down smash, right? It doesn't matter if you've not got a hitbox out for 20 frames or whatever because she's already in lag.
Yeah.
So, in terms of getting them to whiff, like, for example, you could laser someone, they try and do, like, take laser jab, like we said, and then that gives you time while they're in lagged with the jab or whatever to, like, set up a late aerial, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'd say that's the main way of landing is either to get them to shield, which you do by like early aerials, or like hitting them with stuff like tilts as well can get them to shield, like laser F tilt.
Yeah.
Laser jump shine, and yeah, getting them to whiff something, so like whiffing down smash, whiffing jabs, whiffing dash.
About how far can you get with laser like jump shine in terms of like comboing it off of laser? Or is it more of a...
So, like, trying to think of the best way to describe this. A lot of the time, it isn't, like, true comboing, is the way I put it. A lot of the time, it's, like, not fast enough to catch a shield, but it's fast enough to cover if they try to throw something out or try to move. Which is why it forces them to shield, because that's the only thing fast enough.
Yeah.
Same with like early aerials. So it can work from decently far. You just got to remember that like the longer you dash for before you do the dash jump shine, which is like what gives it the distance, is like the more time they have to do something. So for example, try and find that jab situation. Oh, I hate Slippy sometimes.
Oh no. I think it was right at the start.
Yeah, it's pretty close to the start.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, so like this one. How was it here? Like if you did dash jump, like you don't have to do the grounded jump shine either, because that's pretty hard, I think. So like this one, for example, it could work if you tried to do like down smash, for example.
Okay.
Because like you'd go over the down smash, but like I'd prefer it if Peach was like here, for example.
Okay.
Because then he might not even have time to shield. But if he's this far, you have to spend like extra frames dashing. So then it becomes a bit riskier, and he might like dash out the way or something.
Yeah.
So I'd usually say around here is where you want them to be when you go for it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think that covers that downer situation. Trying to see what he did after the narrative. Yeah. So like this is one where instead of trying to hit him out of the air, right? I would wait for him to land from the nair, and then that gives us time, right, to set up the late aerial, like we were saying.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't have much time versus Peach because of float cancels and that, but.
Yeah, but you still have the time he's like doing the nair, right? As long as he's float cancelling, he's in.
You're just reacting to that instead.
Yeah, and you got to remember Peach as well. Like, Obviously, she does have jabs, which are quite quick. But otherwise, if she down smashes, you'll probably go over it. If she dashes back, her dash back's quite slow. If she shields, then she's kind of stuck in place, right? So then that sort of creates a mix-up between, like, you either respect the jabs and then wait for them and go in after those, or you just go in immediately, like, as soon as she lands. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you normally go either first beat or second beat? Or do you wait more than that? Does that make sense?
No, I get what you're saying. It just depends how confident I feel in the situation. Like,
Okay.
if I've played this Peach and every single time he float nairs, he jabs twice, then I'm just gonna wait for the jabs, right? But if I'm playing Triff and I'm like, I'm not really sure what he's gonna do here, then I might just, like, give up the situation basically and just be like, alright, I'm just gonna reset, get a laser out, or I'm gonna move to the top platform or something like that because I don't want to interact with this. It's very, like, context specific, Depends like how confident you are in the read, what the risk reward of what you're going for is. So for example, if I was in the corner at 100 here and he float cancels this nair in front of me, if I get hit, I'm probably dead.
Yeah.
So it's not worth usually, like, making a big read unless I'm 100% certain I know what's going to happen.
Okay.
But if he's at 100 and I'm at 0, like, yeah, I'll probably try and call him out in some way. But yeah, so the thing with the late aerial as well, it's very comparable to like approaching with a laser as well, because they take similar time, and they're both good versus pretty similar things. So anytime you could late aerial, you could probably like approaching laser as well. Just something to keep in mind. Yeah, so that was another high downer. So for example, another option you have at low percent as well is actually, like, playing out of shield to get hits. So for example, if you shielded this dash attack instead of trying to down air it, then you get shine out shield, right? Which is obviously quite risky because obviously it opens you up to grab and, like, float cancel aerials and stuff. But that is another way to get hits at low percent.
I'm so used to playing, like, Sheik and Moth, or, like, where they're, like, a lot more grounded than Peach.
Yeah. Again, I would just be looking for late aerials, mainly. Like, this is one where back air would be great.
Yeah, I don't know why I nerd, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Late back air is just great because it's like it outspaces pretty much all of Peach's stuff and is safe on shield. And has a lot of range.
Is it actually safe on shield, or are you on about just spaced?
No, even if you hit it, like, deep into a shield, it's safe. I think it's -2 on lowest, if you have an idea about frame data stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so it easily beats like shield grab, right? This is the easiest one. But yeah, and then
I don't know why I got the notion that it was negative, to be honest, or, like, too negative.
If you do, like, a rising back air, then it's unsafe.
Yeah, of course. Somehow Mango gets away with them all the time, which confuses me.
Yeah. A lot of people complain about how he gets away with it. Okay, this is a good one to look at.
Yeah,
so, up tilt at 32. What do you think you should have done here, first of all?
Probably.
Yep.
I feel like Peach goes. I'm always like so over aware of how high Peach goes, because a lot of the time I struggle to get to her. Like when she's like when I've actually hit her in the air, like I do double jump and then she's, like, still floating off.
Yeah, so that can be two things. First of all, it could be your movement out of the shine isn't as, like, clean as it needs to be to get there. With floaties, you need very clean movement to be able to get, like, good combos off of your shines. And then the other thing it could be is that you're not hitting the shine in a way that lets you get a follow-up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
the shine waveland, do shine double? I don't know.
So like an example here would be, say you did you shined her on her right side, and you wave landed to the top platform.
Oh,
If she
okay.
DIs to the left, you just don't get anything, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if you shine on the right side and then waveland to this platform, then you can follow her wherever she goes, because you have the whole platform to run along if she DIs
Yeah.
out, right? So it's just stuff like that that makes a big difference. It does get to a point where you can't follow up off of shine. I want to say like, I don't know, like 80 or something in a situation like this. But at this percent, you can definitely get like shine waveland into another aerial.
What do I use when I can no longer follow up off of shine?
I'd probably be looking for up tilt more, and then you get up tilt, down air, or up tilt up air, or up tilt shine. But yeah, so this situation I would have done full hop shine on her right side, and then I would turn around waveland to the left platform. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep, and then from there she can either go to this platform, and then you probably down arrow into it and get a tech chase, or she DIs out this way and then you back arrow or up arrow depending.
I mean, your tech chase will be about like 60, 65. What do you? Because it's Dreamland, am I just aiming for combo extensions because I'm never killing?
I think pushing her off stage is fine.
Okay.
But yeah, like if she does go, the thing is, if she DIs this way and you down arrow you can't really get a follow up. But if she DIs this way, then you do get a follow up with down air. So, like if you can down arrow into a platform and tech chase, great. But otherwise, just push her out, make her burn her resources, and like juggle from there. But yeah, for all of these ones as well that you are missing, by the way, I always recommend going in Uncle Punch and like practicing up tilt at 32, for example, on Peach, and like practice in this specific scenario, like put it on random DI or whatever, and just grind out like follow-ups off of every DI on up tilt here. That's the best way to improve Punish Game, is to like take it in like really specific scenarios and then just like grind those out, because a lot of Falco's Punish Game is like you can react to how his hits hit them because they have so much hit stun.
Yeah, like you can tell which side you like hit shine on, for example, or like hit your dare on. So
so then you know roughly where they're gonna go and it's just about reacting to it. But yeah, so that's like the main practice part of this will just be like any of these situations, like up till at 32, for example. I just go in on punch, practice it.
Do you have like written notes on these, or do you just keep them like in your mind?
You mean for the lesson? Or
no, for like combat, like what you do at specific.
it's like when I used to do analysis or whatever when I was like around your level, I have like lots of documents with like practice follow-ups at whatever percent, and if they DI out you do this, and if you DI in you do this. But over time it just becomes like I'll be watching a Mango stream and I'll be like, oh, that was a cool extension, and then like it's just situational awareness, But yeah, at your level, I think it is worth like writing out some of the common follow-ups if you're not sure at all like what you should be doing. But I do usually write up like notes from each lesson for people to look at, and like so they know what to work on.
Okay, cool.
So I think you'll find that helpful. This is another good one. So you get a back air, and then you full hop laser, and you end up over Peach, right? Yeah. Which is like not where you want to be, because you want to be the one under Peach, right? Because your hitbox is like a better when you're below her a lot of the time. So for example, he does this double jump float thing. Like if you were still on the ground, you could have just back aired him, right? And then he's got no double jump, no float, he's off stage. He's probably dead. I think I mentioned this in another lesson, but like you pretty much never want to be jumping over people with lasers. You always want to be like shooting on the ground would be pretty good here.
Yeah. Okay.
Like because you would have short hop laser just float.
Yeah, and then just like dead straight at him.
Yeah, whereas like this is a huge commitment. Like you're in lag the whole time, and it just like gives up the situation basically. Nice. Nice up tilt. Yeah, you see how he has nothing here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this up tilt was really good, and then I think
I just barely missed my
that
phone.
was fine. What you can
Oh,
do here is
okay.
you can like short hop off lasers. They can be good.
Okay, yeah.
If you want to be fancy, you can do like wave dash off and then like turn around, wave dash off, and try and back air him. That's also pretty cool. Or you can just land, go to the ground. He has to land on the platform, and then you pressure from there again.
Okay.
That's like the safe route. That's all fine. Yeah, so that's one of the ones where it's like, if this hits, it's not going to kill him, right? And then
Yeah.
if it doesn't hit, you could get reversaled here. So again, I would be trying to get under Peach and then probably trying to back air her. So I'd be like over here maybe, and then like
Okay.
short hop double jump back air or full hop back
Yeah.
air. Yeah, I was gonna say if you're gonna go, did you know that the jab would like send her flying here?
Yeah, and it's like past 127 or something on Spaces, and I don't know what it is on the floaty character.
137, I want to say.
Oh, 137. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's one. It's really jank for Spacies because I used to know the percent for powerful Fox, and then the jab knockdown is different for for NTSC. I think it's 1-2-6 in NTSC because he's heavier, and then 1-2-9 for Falco, I think. But yeah, like learning jab percents. Just talking about kill confirms because you were asking about that. Learning jab percents is like pretty important because like
do jab pivot bear or
you can do jab aerial or you can jab up smash.
okay.
Jab up smash would kill here.
What?
But the problem with it is first of all they can DI out of jab into a hit a lot of the time. And also if you go for something like jab up smash, you don't have time to like react to the DI. You just have to sort of do it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it would have worked here, and sometimes because Farca's up smash is trash, you get like the stupid horizontal
The
hit.
other one, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that hit. Just 'cause, like I love like up smashing into platforms when it shield pokes and just
yeah, sick. But yeah, so it's just something you just have to go for here. I think jab now would have worked too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just talking about like getting kills, for example, like here, this is like a big missed opportunity, right? Because you got the hit,
Yeah.
and then you like did the wrong follow up. Get reversaled.
Yeah.
It probably hits you here. This one you could have shine bad out of shield as well.
What percent can you, like, how frame tight do you have to be with that? Like, at what percent?
It's pretty lenient, I think.
Oh, okay.
You just got to practice it a lot. The hard part is timing the shine out of shield here, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
You have a bit of time, but yeah, if you
Yeah,
mess up
you
these
still have to
follows-
try to, yeah.
Yeah. You can also just aerial out of shield, like nair out of shield sometimes. But
I feel like they wouldn't kill us. I hate
yeah.
them.
So you've just been doing a lot of high aerials.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the like interesting thing to me is you said you were scared of doing the late aerials, but then he's been shielding a hell of a lot here, right?
Yeah.
He's
I
just-
always get like,
Yeah, he's just kind of like shield camping, especially when he's at high percent. Like that's what a lot of floaties do. Sheiks and Peaches, they just spam shield and then hope they can aerial you up shield for doing a high aerial like this. So if you just go over late aerial shine grab or something, like he has such a hard time dealing with it. Like either the late aerial hits him, or the shine hits him moving, or the grab hits him. Like
I always feel
staying
like when
short.
I hit those things though, I hit any of them and then I don't know what to do at high percents because they don't kill. Like shine
Yeah,
sends them
yeah.
a little mouth in the air, and then I'm like, oh, why did I do the late aerial? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so that's just about like not having knowledge of like the steps after, you know, like you say. So for example, if you shine them, they end up in the air, then that's when you want to look for up air to kill,
No, okay.
or back air them coming down. if you get the grab and throw them off stage, then that's when it sets up an edge guard situation, and you need to be good at the edge guarding. So it's like it might be a bit worse in the short term for Goatus for this sort of play, because you need to be good at more parts of the game, right? Than if you just hit this high aerial and then it kills them. But also better players aren't going to let you just high aerial them when they're at high percent, so it's just part of the process. Nice. Yeah, so like here, for example, you get this shine, and like I would have thought this would have been a decent scenario, but then you're doing tech skill in the middle of the stage.
No, I was trying to shine wave on off the side, but I don't know how I'm getting up there. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, when they're at 170, you just can't follow up, right?
Yeah.
But I would be like, as soon as I get this shine, I'm going to go on this platform, and then I'm going to threaten full hop back air, or I might drop through, and then he lands on top of me, and then I up air him.
So you would threaten from side plat in this situation?
Yeah, you want to be like below and like close to Peach, basically.
Yeah. I can never tell if I want to threaten from the ground or threaten from the side plat.
Yeah, so like you can kind of move from the side to the ground as well. That can be good as well. So like you're on the side platform, he sees you there, he tries to come down, and then you drop through, and then you've got the platform to protect you, and then you can like poke with up air and stuff, right?
Okay, cool.
But yeah, you're just like too far away here. Like I said, you want to be like under and slightly in front of him so that he can't just pass over you for free. Whereas like the space between you here is massive, right? Yeah, same again, like look how far away you are.
Yeah, I think in my mind I'm just like so paranoid of getting hit by like down into something stupid at 6%.
Yeah, but like if you up air or back air him and it trades, right, then
yeah.
And like up air under the platform, you should pretty much never get hit for if you're executing it right.
Okay.
Get forward air, sig. Yes, this is one where I think you got the shine and then you like weren't really executing well off of it.
Yeah, I did a shot up out of it, so I just double jumped.
Yeah, so sometimes if you get the shine and you don't get good enough movement out of it, it's like I was saying before, you need like quite tight movement. A lot of the time you just have to sort of like hold the L and then transition to like a juggle, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like this was one where I was like, you could have maybe got up air if you were really, really quick. But otherwise, I would just fast fall out of this, and then he's in the air here, and then like again, you can up air or back air him. I think that's the main message of this so far. Has just been like with your juggles, you want to get under him, you want to get to the side of him slightly, and rinse those like up airs and back airs when he's coming down.
Okay.
Instead of trying to go for these like jump up to him and hit him, but then he hits you, and then it feels like you can't punish at all, right? Yeah, this is another one. I'd probably look for a different aerial. Just because the down air is going to do that weird thing, right? Even if it hits.
Yeah, I think I've practiced against... I guess it depends where they're holding, like ASDI and all that. Because if the ASDI down, then...
Yeah, then it might work.
Yeah.
The consistent thing here to do is just to, like, do, like, nair or back air or up air, I'd say. Because it just pushes them up and away, and then at least you don't get reverse sold.
Okay.
Like I said, you just want the percent at this point, right? Like, and even if you get the down air, like, you get like down air shine into another aerial, and then that's about it, probably.
Yeah.
So it's not even like worth it. Yeah, so I think that back air is fine, for example, because like if it hits, it hits, and if it doesn't hit, he can't really punish you for it, right?
Yeah.
As like an optimization, you probably want to be a bit further under him before you do it. Like, say you were over here, and then you cover more of the platform, right, with like a dash jump back air. But this is still fine. You get the back air here.
I think I caught up and back hanging, to be honest. If I remember this game.
Yeah. So thinking about what we were saying with like late aerials, right? So you need to like make them give you time to set up the late aerial, because otherwise you're at risk of getting hit, right?
Yeah.
if he's in hit stun from back air, then like that gives you the time, right? So like you're actionable now.
Probably must like yeah.
Yeah, so
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And like if he nares, for example, he's just going to be in lag by the time you get over there. So like dashing in with a late aerial or a laser here is really good a lot of the time.
Okay.
The one thing they can do is like wave land and then try and like bait you, and then like down smash or something or grab. But then you could just delay a little bit and then go in.
Yeah.
So I think you want to be milking this position a bit more instead of backing off. I know it feels like you could get sort of cheesed here, but it's also like if you nair him at 40 or downer him at 40, that's an amazing combo.
I think in my mind right now it's just I don't want to let them get past the side plat, so I'm just kind of trying to hold the ground more than anything else.
Yeah, but like the thing is like you can still hold the ground like as long as you just don't cross him up here. Like say you late nair into him and you end up here. Like you can still cover roll, for example, if he tries to get past you, or you can still cover jump if he tries to jump over you. Like you've still got center, you're just like closer to him. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
The thing with spacing this far away is like you're at the safest, but you also can't get much started, and it gives him space to pull turnips or jump to a platform and then set up the annoying float height. So yeah, if you do get a situation like this, I would probably be doing some sort of aggressive play here more. So either like late aerial or laser in immediately, or like maybe throw in a dash dance once and then go in with something like that. Like I feel like you never see Mango get this back air and then dash back full hop.
Yeah.
He would like go in with something at some timing. Yeah. Okay, was there any other like Peach questions or just general questions you had? Because we got about 10 minutes left. So. Well, we can also go over some of the other stuff that isn't Punish Game related as well.
Yeah, can do. Punish Game on Peach. Is my game plan? Because I remember Ginger talking about like Punish Game on Sheik is more you want to focus pushing her off stage than you do want to like try to combo her on platforms.
It's pretty similar.
Is it like the same thing? Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. They're like pretty similar weight. There's sometimes when like Peach is a bit harder to juggle than Sheik because she has like float.
Yeah. That really annoys me. I don't know how to. But Brad gets me a lot with that.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to deal with. The main mix-up with float is like you can either go up to hit her with something like full hop aerial or full hop shine, or short hop up air can work as well. And then how she beats that is by like throwing out her attack first, right? So like she float forward as you or Nares or something like that. Yeah. And then your answer to that is to like wait it out and then come in after, like we were saying, because he's giving you time to set up those like late aerials or lasers. But then his answer to that is just to wait and then hit you, So it's like a little mix up there, basically. It's usually in Peach's favor just because Fair's so strong, like such a strong opener for her.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of the matchup, like if you ever watch PP play it, is just revolving around like not letting Peach jump. If she does jump, then you do not want to be on the ground a lot of the time if you can help it. You want to be like on the platforms trying to shoot lasers, or like full hop aerialing to the top platform, or full hop side beats top platform, like stuff like that to not play the situation.
Just kind of wait out the float timer and just chill.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously on something like FD, it's not possible really. You have to play it.
It just walks forward.
Yeah, like that's part of why she's so good on that stage. But yeah, that's just some ideas to deal with the float. You can also try and time a laser to catch it coming down, which is just similar to what we were saying. Do you ever like how often do you think you should actually challenge a float like them coming down, like with Bear or? Again, depends on percent.
Okay.
Like if it's gonna kill, then I might go for it. But if they're at 0 and I'm at 0, she hits me with the fair, I'm getting knocked down into a tech chase. I hit her with the bear, I'm probably getting nared. So like I'm not gonna challenge it in that spot.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
so yeah, but you do have to challenge it sometimes. Like for example, on FD, you can't just sit and wait every time because she's just
Yeah,
going to take the
exactly.
whole stage with her float and then hit you. So you do need to take that risk sometimes.
What moves do you challenge it with normally? Just
Yeah, like I was saying, like short hop up air can be good. Full hop aerial, full hop shine.
okay. So you
Uh,
still full hop on FD, even though there's no top lat on that.
yeah, so I usually go for full hop shine at low percent, just because then they can't like counter hit me.
Oh,
And
okay.
then full hop aerial once I've built a bit of percent up, because then it knocks them too far away for them to like trade with me. Like I
Yeah.
hit them with the aerial and then they hit me after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Show up air is also good because it's a bit safer a lot of the time, but they can float over that, which can be annoying. Um,
Yeah, sometimes like I'll be trying to shark Brad and like he'll float for a second and
mm.
like like beat whatever timing I'm doing.
Yeah, so in that spot, that gives you time to either like full hop and like maneuver around him, or you can also dash dance as well. And like he's sort of responding to where you're positioning. So if you move
Mm.
forward, he wants to move back to try and like outspace your up air, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you keep going, and it's like a little tug of war, right? Where like you move forward, he moves back, you move forward, he moves back, and then he might suddenly start moving forward again because he wants to try and like move in and hit you. So then you can move back, or you can try and hit him out of that. It's this like weird, mix up or whatever. But yeah, if you watch PP is the best at it. He just like sort of dash dances and like reacts to how Peach is floating, and then like she moves forward, he moves. He either tries to cross her
Yeah,
up
I've
or
seen
moves
like
back.
I can't remember. It was I don't know if it was a bird watch or something, but
Yeah, Ginger and Squid's
mm.
analysis. Yeah, that's basically what I'm talking about here. Um, but yeah, I think that's one of the better ways to do it. And then, like I said, that's only if you have to play that situation. A lot of the time, it's better to just go to a platform or something instead
Yeah, okay.
before they even get to that annoying float height. Um, yeah.
Okay, cool. I feel like I've got like
A
plenty
lot
to
to
think
work on
about.
there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so just to recap, low percent, you want to be looking for like low aerials, lasers, grabs, and shines were the main ones. When you hit Peach in a combo, you want to be usually hitting her out and away.
Oh, one quick question.
Oh, go
When you're taking space versus Peach, how are you doing it?
on.
Because like
Just like
a lot of the time, Brad will do things like wave dash back down tilt to punish like if you do like approaching laser or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, it again, it's kind of context specific, but like you can dash dance and then say they whiff something, then you have time to like move forward a bit with your dash and then
Oh, okay.
move in something. You can also do like different types of lasers to move forward. So, for example, it isn't just like a laser in place or a full approaching like YOLO in laser or
Yeah,
whatever.
you can do like slight approaching lasers.
Yeah, yes, that's another good way. You can like wave dash towards them, for example, as well. Um, but yeah, a lot of the time, the thing is with Falco, like, because his dash isn't very good, a lot of the time he just takes space by doing like aerials and lasers and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's not like Fox where he can just, or like Moth where they can just
You
sort of
just
dash
dash.
down and
Yeah.
so yeah, it's mainly with like lasers, dash dance, and with like short hop aerials, basically.
Okay.
But yeah,
Sometimes I'm just like I just feel like I'm so I don't know like caveman in my approach. Like I'm just like throwing things out to like push them back slowly.
yeah, but that's like what Falco has to do sometimes.
Okay.
And like the like high level part of that is that their response to you throwing out all those aerials is to move back themselves because they want to try and outspace you. And then that lets you know you can just shoot a laser, they move back, and then the laser sort of like takes that space for you because they get stuck in their new position, right? Because they're in laser stun, and then you move forward with the laser, and then you've just moved along the field a little bit more into their like they're more in the corner now,
Do you generally, when you're throwing out aerials to actually attack them, is it generally? Do you generally launch the attack from close? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'll either try and high aerial to cross them up, or a late aerial to hit them when they're like in shield or when they've just like whiffed or something.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
If they're far away, you generally want to be lasering in some way instead of aerialing.
Yeah.
And then up close is when you want to be doing your aerials.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I think that like sums it up pretty well then.
Yeah, loops and game plan and so on and so forth.
And then the juggles was the main thing, so like up air and back air more when she's above you. Try and position under her. Practice some follow-ups in Uncle Punch. The main one we saw was like that up tilt situation. So just grind out, up tilt at different percents into your combos. And yeah, we talked a little bit about the uses of like late aerial, how to set it up in neutral. I think that was it really. They were the main three things.
Yeah, from what I remember. And then just like low percent game plan with more low areas, or later.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't sound like much, but it is like there's so many little situations within that that is actually like quite a lot to work on.
Yeah, I'm more than like acknowledge that.
Yeah, but the main thing with that is just like really like nail down like not using high aerials as much. Like it can even help to just play some games where you just don't use high aerials and try like anything else. Even if you do worse or whatever, it's still like building up better, habits.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But yeah, cool. So what we usually do from here is I'll upload the recording of this lesson, and I'll have the lesson notes within like the Patreon post.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, I'll try and get that up tonight because I'm usually pretty bad with my uploads. But yeah, I'll make a good impression.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, cool. I'll see you next time then, dude.
Ace, peace.